All right, starting off with the Dow Jones, we see we've broken and had a huge down day for them. Down three, what does it end up being? 331.21. So again, I would be very, very cautious right now buying the dip. I just want to see where we're going to go. Again, if you're looking to buy a dip, I would wait for it to break some type of high. And if you want to reduce risk, use a smaller time frame, like maybe a 130, a 65 minute, or something like that. Because right here, right now, I'm not in anything long. I got out my long. Uh, I told you guys for Walmart and Intel, and glad I did. But got some other positions on, and I'll discuss them shortly. QQQ, excuse me. QQQ again is at some dangerous levels. We see that the weekly. Again, if you were looking to buy and hold, you just don't wait. Again, we see that these levels are the obvious levels that are going to get broken. But again, this is the level that I'm really looking at, this 90. And that goes back breaking, usually they could break one, but not two. So you have this pivot, this pivot. They broke one, not two. Now you have these two pivots around the same area. Again, this is the telltale sign around this 83. But we're far from it. But again, if anything, even if it was a 10% rip, it would just be a correction versus the start of the bear market until we start seeing something more. But I will play both sides because I'm not an investor, I am a trader. And we'll go from there. IWM, again, it should be testing those previous, yes, it's testing these previous highs we got going on in this area. So I would just, again, I would at least wait for some type of break of a high or something before I would go to the long side. And that's pretty much just how I'm going to play this thing. So that's pretty much it. SPY. SPY is breaking these levels as well. We saw these previous swing highs. So we're just kind of seeing what this is how this is gonna work out, because this, gave a false breakout, another false breakout rolling to the downside. So we'll see how this one plays out. Again, some names that got hurt. Apple's breaking some support. It's coming down and actually broke the support but closed above it. But again, more tailing is it staying below that 110, because that's pretty much where it bought. And this is where I was looking to actually buy it, quite honestly. I didn't get into this one. I only took Walmart and Intel, and it's pretty much the same price pattern. And I got stopped out for a small loss. So again, I'm not one to tell. Walmart actually looks okayish right now, but I got in around here and it just was floating. So I said, what, let me just stick to what something that has some more movement. Again, Intel, same thing, got in here and just floating, and then gave all of it back. So I'm actually glad I got out of that one. Currently, I told you guys recently that I'm in GoPro, and I would love for it to break this low. Again, this movement up was probably more aggressive for me, being the price action just gapped up 1, 2, 3, gapped up hard, and now it's pulling back. But if it breaks this low tomorrow, that could be a great signal with a lower high to get in for the short. I am in Tesla, like I told you guys on Friday, which did pretty well. I wasn't expecting this gap down. Actually, from the intraday price action, I thought it might gap up, but it was down $4 and it continued to the downside. So just working on that one. And I'm also in Amazon. Amazon paid out pretty well. I got into that one Friday. So again, it's still paying, and I'm not a guy that's gonna just see some type of green and take the stuff off. I'm looking to get around these areas at least. These areas, this 290 area, and at least I want to actually get to the 275 area. So we'll see how this one pans out and goes from there. Who else really broke down? Cat broke down, continuing to break down. Barely got to his 38 fib, and it broke down. It's still breaking down to the hard. We got Twitter. It doesn't look good at all. It just looks like shit, quite honestly. It's just really, I wouldn't trade it. You got Baba breaking down again. I had some friends and they got stopped out, and guess what? It was a great stop, because why hold? They got stopped out around this area. Why hold? Just to figure out how wrong you're going to be. If you want to if it broke back above that, I guarantee the guys would have got back in, and that's smart trading, because you don't bat 1,000 in this game. So just don't say, oh, he didn't do well one trade. So what? That's that you cut your losses short, but you let your runners or your winners run really well. So you have that. You got Microsoft. Excuse me, Microsoft again. I was looking at this, but I was like, you know what, this is not really a good trade because it's still above to the short side. I really was still above the 50% retracement, and this is just a one bar maybe pullback in some sideways movements. Why? It's not a high probability trade, just stay away from it. But I'm still, kind of looking at stuff. And last but not least, Facebook. Facebook is coming back and testing this previous volume support that I said was around here. So we'll see how this one pans out. Again, it probably got some people because it did break this high. But let's see how this one pans out. The volume is really, really low regarding even the short volume. But we got to see where these markets go. So again, you can sit on your hands and wait. And if you're in something, you just protect your profits. But there's no reason to say how far can it go or how long it go down. Remember, they said that same shit for Netflix, and it got destroyed today. I actually didn't get in this trade. My friend got in this trade. I didn't get in this trade this morning because I had some other stuff going on. Unfortunately, this is a great, great, great move down. And if you saw my video, just not the BS, if you saw my video from Friday, you would have seen that I said that if it breaks this low, but didn't get in, unfortunately. So, but it's trading. Again, it is what it is. So Netflix, I think it's going to go down. I think it got to at least this area of this, at least breaking 300. So we'll see how that goes. Take care.